All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
Welcome to round 13 of the Ninja A-League Highlights Show. We kick things off at Leichhardt Oval in Sydney, where Sydney FC faced Newcastle Jets in a rescheduled round 7 match played midweek. The Sky Blues were winless and goalless in their last 5 games, taking on a Newcastle side also looking for some form, having lost their previous 3 matches. Ante Juric made just one change to the Sydney FC starting 11 that drew with Adelaide, bringing in Riley Tanner to replace Jody Ukeckel up front. For the Jets, coach Stephen Hoyle made 7 changes from the side that lost the F3 derby, including the return of captain Cass Davis.
Hunter, high delivery and then headed on goalwards. Can they get a second strike away? They can't. It was a good ball. Got it on target, but just so far out, couldn't generate the power to go past. But that's more of what you want to see if you're a Sydney FC fan. And that's poor, though, putting us side in danger. Kassa teeing up. Kassa finding the net. Millie Kassa punishing Newcastle. They gave possession away cheaply. She saw her opportunity and found the ball in the back of the net. And it's been a long time coming for Sydney FC. 5 games without a goal, and Millie Kassa ends it right there. Wilson. Falls nicely for Ayres. And just like that, one chance is all she needed. Melina Ayres. Ball fell perfectly for her. Off the post, into the net. Newcastle back on level terms. Still they continuing. Pryor, long way up the pitch. And then it falls perfectly for Hayley Johnson, who couldn't get it past Hines. Alan, love to see a burst of pace that we're so used to, but finding Johnson all by herself and off the post. Looked like her window of opportunity to take a shot away was getting closed. Did get it away, but just hitting the post. Collins, everybody left her. She found Josie Allen, and another great save from Heather Hinds. She's been called upon in the last few minutes. Might just work out for Sydney FC. They've got numbers forward and just wide. They just could not put away, but Charlotte Lancaster got Kelly Brown, Collins and Ayres making the run, and what a shot! Charlotte Lancaster, the substitute. In extra time. What a thunderous effort. And it's 3 wins in a row against Sydney FC for the Newcastle Jets. The substitute, Charlotte Lancaster, claiming all 3 points for the Jets. For Sydney FC, they're not able to get the win, but they do get an all-important goal to end their run of games scoreless. The game ends Sydney FC 1, Newcastle Jets 2.
To Amy Park, where Melbourne City was looking to increase its lead at the top of the table with a win against the visiting Newcastle Jets. City coach Michael Matriciani was forced to make one change to the team that defeated Wellington in their last outing. A knee injury to Leah Davidson saw Carly Rossbacken join the starting 11 for the first time this season. Stephen Hoyle made wholesale changes to the Jets team that beat Sydney FC just 3 days earlier. Cass Davis missed the match through illness, leaving Libby Copus-Brown to wear the captain's armband, while Melina Ayres led the line against the team she started her A-League career at in 2016.
And look at Buttress just leaving Paige in her wake. The delivery is low. It is dangerous. Keane off the corner of the goal. And that's how swiftly they can strike. Well won and well worked this Newcastle down the right. Kelly Brown, numbers in the middle. Lancaster's there, and Lancaster has been denied quite remarkably by Apostolakis this time. Brown testing out Mires, who makes the save. It wasn't convincing. You thought for a moment it was potentially going to nestle. McNamara being watched by Karapidis, links with McKenna. Oh, leaping to a right. And that is exactly what Melbourne City can do. Big chance for Lancaster for Newcastle. Oh, here's a turnover. Here's Collins. And the save from Mires, but this time it's in for Newcastle, and it's Kelly Brown. The third goal of the season for the football third. What a campaign she's having for the Jets. Looking to strike back. Buttress with the cross. Uchendu, first chance, second chance. Leach is on it. Well, that should have been 1-1. Keane onto the left. Blocked by Pryor. Oh, the hands were in front of the body, but the referee says penalty. McNamara to go level in the Golden Boot race. And scores. No mistake from the Mac. She's dead level at the top in the Golden Boot race. Pryor has steam coming out of her ears, and it is 1-1. Oh, and pitched by the Jets. Copus Brown makes Melbourne City pay. It's an absolute calamity at the back. From the back-to-back defending premiers, and Libby Copus Brown is a rare goal, but it could be a vital one for the Jets captain. So Sophie Hoban, the fresh legs of Hoban, wins the foot race. Oh, the link up from Ayres. Lancaster! 2-2 for the Kiwi striker, and the Jets are in dreamland. They have never beaten Melbourne City. To try and make it 4, Brown measures the cross towards Ayres. Falls for Lancaster, off the crossbar. It could have been a double for Lancaster. For the first time ever, yes, for the very first time in this competition's history, the Newcastle Jets have beaten Melbourne City. It's a result which will reverberate through their season, and maybe, just maybe, it could give them the belief to push on for an unlikely finals berth. So let the record show. They've taken the blows over many years, but tonight it's the Jets with a win over Melbourne City. Melbourne City 1, Newcastle Jets 3.
At Wanderers Football Park, Western Sydney Wanderers welcomed Brisbane Roar, the only team they have defeated this season. Goal scorer in the previous game, Yuan Kong, was brought into the starting lineup along with Millie Bennett and Olivia Price, who scored the match winner against the Roar back in round 3. Brisbane was unchanged for the second week in a row after a 1-0 win against Melbourne Victory in their last outing.
Tish Woods. Ball, nice turn from Amy Medwin, who gets her sights on goal, and it's tipped away beautifully by Sham Karmas. A great start to Wanderers game number 50. Will it be third time's the charm for Tish Woods? Volley at the back post, fantastic save by Karmas. Bente Janssen to get on a marauding run. The Dutch woman letting fly and flashing it past the face of Sham Karmas' goal. Some good options, particularly for the Wanderers. The Roar, owing to those injuries, are a little underhanded, and here's a huge danger for the Wanderers' defence. And Sham Karmas again comes up with a crucial stop. Felt as though she definitely was got a bit of Bente Janssen. It's far more force of gravity than anything else. In any case, the Raw come forward with the ball. Bente Janssen, Tish Woods letting rip. And again, calmness equal to the task. Sonny wins it from Kaya Stevenson. Wanderers his numbers forward. Lovely turn from the South Korean. It's Sonny! Oh, it's over the line! And Ella Buchanan has come off the bench. And from point-blank range, put Wanderers in the box seat for their first win in 61 days. There's still a game of football to go on. And Brisbane Roar breakaway. Bente Janssen getting the better of Karmas and equalising late for the Roar. Well, mixed emotions at Wanderers Football Park. The Wanderers devastated. The spoil shared at Wanderers Football Park. Something to take out of that one for both sides. The Wanderers will be pleased to take another point from a promising performance. Brisbane bounced back late to equalise. The full-time score at Wanderers Football Park. Western Sydney 1, Brisbane Roar 1.
The Pride Cup was on the line in another original rivalry at Coopers Stadium. Adelaide United made just one change to the side that was held to a scoreless draw against Sydney FC, with striker Fiona Wirtz taking the place of Erin Healy, who was shifted to the bench. For Melbourne Victory, midfielder Rachel Lowe dropped out of the matchday squad, her place in the starting 11 taken by Sienna Silvesca, her first for Victory after joining from the Wanderers in the off-season.
Here comes White. Furphy, overlapping run, stayed onside, the cutback. Dealt with only as far as Policina. First touch just got a little bit away from her. Janchevski from distance. Straight into the keeper's gloves. Options in the middle if she can find them. Silveska's delivery, the header from White. Claimed by Malag. To Ranso. This time forced backwards. Wirtz turning in the penalty area, shooting. What a goal! Adelaide United take the lead in the original derby. And it is Fiona Wirtz turning and hitting it into top bins. Namara. Oh, dangerous back pass. Furphy is there. Holly Furphy can't connect the way she would have liked. And Malag can touch it behind for a corner. Janchevski looking for White. Kennedy White, good first touch up against Tonkin. Malag can only palm it away. And at the second time of asking, it's Kennedy White, the American, who scores her 7th of the season. Melbourne Victory equalised just before half-time. And that is just what the visitors needed.
Really, you want to get her on the ball as much as possible.
Janchevski's delivery, the header. Great save, Malag. Kayla Morrison was there. Zois's delivery, it's curling towards the back post, and it's gone all the way in. Paige Zois has scored an Olimpico against her former club. And Adelaide retake the lead. McGrady. Substitute, looking for the low delivery. Great save again, Malag, to deny Kennedy White at the near post. Fantastic work from Ella O'Grady. Furphy. It's just Young looking to deliver the header. White off the crossbar. Victory coming so close to finding that late equaliser. And Adelaide United have done it for the first time in 1,421 days. Adelaide United have defeated Melbourne Victory in the Ninja A-League. It is a drought-breaking weekend of football in this competition. Full-time, it is Adelaide United 2, Melbourne Victory 1.
At McKellar Park, Canberra United had the chance to regain the competition lead after Melbourne City's slip-up against the Jets. They faced a Wellington Phoenix side that was shaded by Melbourne City at home last time out. In team news, Anthony Jagrenek brought Darcy Malone into the starting 11 after Nanako Sasaki picked up an ankle injury in training. Jasmine Wardlow replaced Sienna Dale, who was listed on the bench. Wellington coach Bev Priestman made 2 changes to her starting 11. After scoring off the bench in her Wellington debut the previous weekend, Michaela Woods was given the nod as Pia Vlock was moved to the substitutes. Emma Pinenberg also started in place of Daisy Brazendale.
Looking for Taylor Young. Good physical battle here. Great work shown by Michaela Woods, and she's absolutely upended by Tegan Bertolicio. It's going to be a yellow card straight out of the pocket. No hesitation from Georgia Ghirardello, and you can see why. Robins. Looping corner held up in the air, and Heyman, who's first to meet it. Emma Robins will get another chance. Malone inside. Has a bit of space to fashion the cross, and Heyman again leaves. This time it's Bertolicio. I tell you, don't get many opportunities like that. Square to Malone. Canberra need a bit more width. They find it through Wardlow. Her first time cross into a dangerous area is excellent. Was a lovely first time hit from Wardlow to none other than Michelle Heyman. She does not miss many of them. Continues in the back and forward fashion that we've seen so far. Pressure coming from Woods, and she's blocked that really well. Oh God, it could be a moment for Sally James that she'll want back, but she gets off on that occasion, only just. Malone, she'll put it back into a dangerous area. That clearance from Barry. Now just a bit of scrap in midfield. Here's Woods. She'll push past Gordon and shake her to the side. Michaela Woods again, absolutely held up by Bertolicio, and Ghirardello has a decision here to make. Second yellow card. It's a send-off, Tegan Bertolicio, and I don't think she can argue too much. It was almost a copy and paste from the yellow card we saw in the 6th minute. Jale can look forward. Nunn's a willing runner on the right. Nice ball from Jale. Vlock's in the middle if she can be found. Little deflection, tricky one, and it's a wonderful, wonderful moment for the Wellington Phoenix. They've tried again. And in the dying moments of the game, the Phoenix have risen and they've taken the lead in the capital clash. If a Wellington player has the leverage, it's now or never. Squeezes it through to Vlock, who thinks about it. Oh, well, it's game, set, and match for the Wellington Phoenix, and what a way to make it happen. Pia Vlock puts a bow on this performance, and if there were any nerves remaining in this game, they've just melted away. That is a beautiful finish. A very important 3 points on the road for the Phoenix as they keep in touch with the top 6 and they secure a vital win in Canberra. The capital clash is taken on this occasion by the Knicks. And it's a game that had so much promise on it. It's a game that delivered in the end. Full time at McKellar Park. It's Canberra United 0, Wellington Phoenix 2.
Finally, at Polytech Stadium, the Central Coast Mariners also had an opportunity to jump into top spot on the table with a win against travelling Perth Glory. Izzy Gomez returned to the Mariners starting 11 from suspension, along with 20-year-old attacker Janea Dos Santos. For Perth, Clancy Westaway joined the starting 11 in place of Georgia Cassidy, who was ruled out with a hamstring injury suffered in Perth's win against Western Sydney Wanderers.
Now Baxter Thew looked inside for Gomez. In fact, Trimmers, those two with the same hair. Avani Prakash sends one forward for Rasmussen, the leading Golden Boot scorer. Can she get another? Not like that.
Just that cutback goes behind Dos Santos there. You can tell exactly what she was trying to do, but didn't come off.
Goes backwards to go forwards, Trimmers.
On the right, this is her favourite position. Beats one. Trimis inside the box. Trimis from distance. Wow.
Plenty of passion out there.
Opportunity here for the Mariners to score through Dos Santos.
Perhaps in two minds there.
Oh, but True wanted it more. True. A second attempt. Goes inside. Fonson Cam is there to wait for the volley. Susan Fonson Cam. She breaks the deadlock and Perth score first.
No mistake of it. What a finish on the volley there.
Ball in from Trimis. Oh, it's straight in! The Olimpico! The teenager has levelled things up. Central Coast Mariners are 1-1 with Perth. Badawia back into the squad after injury. Their top scorer goes forward with O'Donoghue out left. O'Donoghue beats one. Goes into the sun for a shot, looks for one. O'Donoghue! And sends it wide.
Well, great response from Perth there. Really well worked from O'Donoghue.
So Bauman loops a ball over, looking for Rasmussen. Gomez can run onto it. Gomez sets up Trimis again. Trimis back inside. Oh, no! Rasmussen just can't get it right today. She'll collect it. Got to beat Johnston here. Little razzle-dazzle. Turns the corner. Still got it. Levin. Still got it. The chip shot to the hands of the keeper, Teresa Morrissey. A fitting end to what has been an unbelievable contest here in Gosford between two teams that want to prove it to everyone that they are finals contenders. So that puts Perth Glory up into 5th position, tied on points with the Newcastle Jets. That is how tight the ladder is, T. And for the Central Coast Mariners, they go equal 2nd with Canberra United. So at full time here in Gosford, Central Coast Mariners draw level 1-1 with Perth Glory.
So the Mariners remain in 3rd place on the competition table after sharing the points with Perth, who creep into the top 6. Melbourne City and Canberra United remain 1st and 2nd respectively, while at the foot of the table, Western Sydney Wanderers narrowed the gap to their crosstown rivals Sydney FC to 4 points. Join us again next week for a bumper edition of the Ninja Highlight Show, headlined by the Big Blue between Melbourne Victory and Sydney FC. Until then, it's goodbye.